Hey, what's up, guys? Bring the facts, bring the facts. We back. We back with another one. We got some trending news. We got Boosie, Baton Rouge rapper Lil Boosie back in the news.
And subscribe.
Man, y'all remember when he caught that gun case in California, in May 2023 in San Diego? Yup. Well, anyways, man, Boosie finally takes a plea deal on federal gun charges after legal roller coaster in San Diego. Yup. He's been fighting this case for about 2 to 3 years, man. Almost 3 years. Yup. And he was facing 15 years federal time, no gain time, mandatory time, for weapon by convicted felon, by federal weapon by convicted felon. But just like how BG caught the 15 years for his gun case, he was facing the same thing. So the smartest thing he had to do was cop out. This article comes from Hot Hip Hop News. This all started back in 2023 when San Diego cops spotted Boosie flashing a gun in his waistband during the Instagram live stream feed. Yes, the feds were watching his Instagram feed. That clip led to a traffic arrest down the street, and cops ended up finding two loaded handguns in his car. His bodyguard was also pulled over but didn't catch any charges. At first, the state prosecutors charged him with being a felon in of a firearm possession of a firearm, but those charges got later dropped in court. Then the feds stepped back in and hit Boosie with the same gun charges, but on a federal level this time. Those were state charges before they dropped them. The things looked up for Boosie in 2023 24 when a federal judge dismissed the case, saying the law was unconstitutional for nonviolent offenders, which doesn't make any sense, citing the Supreme Court's ruling on the Ninth Circuit Court decision, but the feds weren't done. Just like Birdman, were rubbing their hands together. Less than 2 weeks later, they came back swinging with a fresh indictment, stacking two charges: being a felon with a gun that crossed state lines and having a firearm while using drugs. That second one could have landed Boosie up to 10 years if convicted, so Boosie decided to tap out. I don't know if I told y'all, but anyways, I had a friend, right, and he caught the same kind of charge. But anyways, when we were locked up in the state, they offered him 5 for weapon by convicted felon, and I think this was his second one. It was his either second or third, but yeah, they offered him 5 months. He signed for the 5 months. That same day, he got out of court, like I think around 1 o'clock, 1:30. He came back to the dorm, right, and the federal agents came into the dorm and took him downstairs to booking, and they photographed all his tattoos on his body because he was the pod we're in is not a gang pod. But anyways, yeah, well, it kind of matters. But anyways, they took him downstairs, took pictures of it with the CERT team, which is the county emergency response team. They run SWAT at the jail. Okay, they came back, they released them back into the pod. 20 minutes later, they told him to pack up. And then they came in, told him, "Don't worry about packing up. We'll pack your stuff up for you." They brought him downstairs and charged him as a gang member, and they recharged him. Yup, he got weapon by convict by weapon. Convicted felon by weapon of a gang member, and he caught 15 years on those charges. Yup, he went to the feds for that one. 15 years. And he had an armed trafficking case. They charged him with armed trafficking also. At first, he was only charged with trafficking, then they upped his shit to armed trafficking. Yeah, but yeah, Boosie, if you don't know, he beat those 7 murder charges that he have in Baton Rouge with that dude that did the hits for him. I forgot his name, but the Louisiana hitter. But anyways, that dude did 7 hits for him, and allegedly he was telling on Boosie, but then he recanted his statement. So Boosie, they actually housed him in Angola State Prison because they said he was too violent to go to the Baton Rouge Parish jail. To the Paris jail. So they yeah, so he's lucky. So the feds, they really want him. They really want him bad. And he messed up too going on live stream because if you don't know, ever since the coronavirus, most police work is done online and it's done on YouTube. That's called open source reporting. When they go to different social media websites and they like specifically target people, especially gang members or drug dealers, but mostly gang members, and they look at those emojis, what you use and what you type and stuff like that. And it's not a it's not a coincidence that Facebook is blue, right? The same as police, the color blue, blue shield. But yeah, most police work is done online now, so you got to be very careful, especially when you're live streaming, because they can find out your location. They found out his location. So welcome to California, Boosie. But anyways, he's looking at 5 to 10 years in the federal prison. It's not gonna be the max sentence because he took a plea deal. So it's gonna be between five. His lowest is 5, but his highest, because he took the plea deal, is 10. And they take if you take a plea deal with the feds, they take points off and stuff like that. But he's got priors. That's gonna be his problem. He's got other gun cases and stuff. And also, one thing, let me add, he caught a weed case too. He caught a drug case too while he was on this when he was on leave for this when he was continuing this court case. And also he got arrested for aggravated assault in Georgia. So I don't see how this dude was even out, because he committed more crimes, even though he didn't plead guilty. But once you come into police contact, that violates your bond right there. And it's also odd that he had a bond in the feds, which is super weird. But hey, like, share, comment, subscribe, other YouTube stuff. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.